chasms, and it makes sense to fill chasms with water.
Yeah, lowest elevation and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm. You're not going to put water on a plateau. So anyway.
All right.
So 14% oxygen, 9 oceans, and 8 positive Celsius.
Gotcha.
End the game.
Can you convert that to Fahrenheit for me?
8 Celsius is...
I'm just kidding. It's not. You don't worry about it.
Is there a lose? Everyone loses condition?
There is not.
Those are Brent's favorites.
I know. Welcome to Archipelago.
Do you think it's just that, like, if Brent can't win, he doesn't
amazing.
want... If Brent can't win, he wants no one to win?
That's exactly it.
And then it's everyone against Brent. It's kind of a mess.
Yeah. Would you rather be 0 to 1 or 0 to
0? Precisely. All right. So we start with 20 terraforming score. This doubles as your victory points, but it's kept tracking separately.
Wait, do we put all of our little blocks there?
We're going to see if it does it when we set up.
Okay.
There's a setup button down here that just does a lot of stuff for us.
Okay.
So I'm just putting mine on there for an example. Whenever you are responsible for moving any of these up 1, or placing a notion tile, you get to move your terraforming score up 1.
Okay.
All right.
So why does it start on 20? Can we go negative?
There are probably cards that let you do that.
Okay.
So the cards themselves are kind of should be easily understood. There's a lot of stuff in text, and we'll go through a few examples. We yell it down. So let's go back to our player boards now. So if you want to look at my player board.
Are they all the same?
They are all the same.
Okay.
The first thing right above here, these are your player tokens.
The small one.
The yellow. Mine's yellow.
Mine's black.
Brown. Oh, yours is black. Oh, because the brown is...
Yeah.
So then this is copper, silver, or bronze, silver, gold. 1, 5, and 10. Different sizes.
And is it 1, 5, and 10 credits, or
it is. So check this out. This is a pretty neat feature. We have 6 areas on our player board.
Okay.
Mega credits. The next one is steel. I believe. The next one is titanium. The star, that black star with it, or the yellow star with the black border, is titanium. We've got greenery. We've got energy, and we've got heat. Okay.
What was brown?
Now, what? Brown is steel. Can you turn on down just a little bit? You're just moaning in the background.
Okay.
All right, so
color choice for steel.
I know. I don't know if it's bronze in particular. Nope, it's steel. So check it out. If you put these counters on, you see that?
It automatically counts up.
Yep, it'll count up.
Wait, where is it counting? Oh, the number underneath.
Yeah, the number underneath or above.
Whoa.
So those just represent numbers.
Yep, these will always just represent numbers.
So you could just be
1
like...
1 unit, 5 unit, 10 unit.
Yeah, I have one... I can't get you. I have 1 unit of steel.
Yep.
Oh, now I've got 6 units, or, I don't know, 21 units of steel. Okay. Gotcha. Yep. Okay, so those don't really represent anything other than just numbers.
Correct. Yep, those are just units. Now... is it a bug? What?
Wow, that's really cool that they did that.
Yeah, this is a really neat system.
So I guess normally you would just use these counters at the bottom of and top of each track.
So, hold on, apparently there's a bug.
That makes sense.
Oh,
yeah,
there's a
bug. Just takes the place of that counter being illuminated because it's probably easier to program a text overlay.
Kira was thinking there was a bug in Animal Crossing to catch.
Bug.
And now it's just dangling from the light. Spider. All right, so that's what we currently hold. in these boxes. These are your, so it'll auto-populate for us. But we'll start with 1 income.
Oh, because that's income.
Cool. So yep, this is income. The only thing here is that this little symbol here under the mega credits is your terraforming rating. So this might be another reason why we start at 20. So you'll always get 20 plus whatever for each generation.
So this right here would say that you're making 6 steel a turn.
That
right where I'm at, where I just put this.
Oh, yeah, correct.
Okay.
So not necessarily a turn, a generation.
A generation.
So
a unit of measure.
Yeah. Well, so the way that the turns work,
wait, so is this
I will be able to do
like the stockpile.
That's this right. That's what's right here. That's what's in the picture up here.
Yeah. So this one here has nothing to do with this number.
Oh yeah, it does.
Well, I mean, it's your income, so it's just. But
yeah,
no,
but it doesn't change that. Okay.
Oh yeah, this doesn't affect that number. Oh yeah.
Correct. So, on your actual turn, you can either do 1 or 2 actions. I'll talk about the action soon, but once you pass, and once everyone passes, that ends the generation, and then the next generation begins. So it's more like another word for round.
But it's a generation of people.
Because it takes a long time to terraform Mars. You know, we're not going to see it in our lifetime. Sorry, Mike.
Thanks, man. Really bringing down the mood.
I know. It's okay.
Yeah, when you say you're going to volunteer to be part of the Mars terraforming mission, you're going to volunteer to be round 1 of this game.
Hey, somebody's got to do it. And you know what? People are going to remember that name.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably get a statue.
Yeah,
maybe.
Probably.
So, continuing on, the actions, I'll go through the actions now. You can play a card, and I'm going to pull a few cards so we can go over. Or you can use a standard project, which are these right here. So, do you want to do the beginner game or the corporate game?
Corporate.
What does that mean?
So it's basically just the start. So it's not. It's basically we each get to start with a corporation. This is the beginner corporation. I don't know why it rotates it. Oh, come on. Maybe it's down here. All right.
Just put it over here, Andrew, in corp.
Well, that'll be my chosen corporation. If we all start with beginner corporations, we each get 42 mega credits to start the game with in 10 cards. The corporation cards themselves are very different. This one says you start with 3 heat production and 42 ME, or mega credits, rather. You do get an effect here. You may use heat as mega credits. You may not use mega credits as heat. The biggest difference between these two is that these 10 cards you can keep for free in the beginner corporation. But if we play the actual corporations, every card that you want to keep, you start with 10, but every card you want to keep costs 3 mega credits.
Okay.
So it really limits, not necessarily our play style, but it does change.
Are mega credits hard to come by?
No, we get 21 a generation.
Seems like the biggest deal here is that you have to choose whether or not to keep cards, and you won't know if the cards are good or not.
Yes, which is why that is correct, because you get to keep all 10 cards, so you can have a broader range of tactics or strategies basically to advance, and it'll go faster since we don't have to pay to keep cards. Like if you were to play a corporation style, you would probably only keep like 3 to 5 cards.
I'd say do the beginner then.
Okay, so we will do beginner.
But next time, everybody loves being a megacorp. Do you know if they have the expansions in this too, Andrew?
I don't. There is an advanced version, which is corporate mode, corporate era, but I will avoid doing that. All right. So we each get to start with 10 cards. Let's look at a card. This one is greenhouses. The top left is the cost to play it. The top right are basically symbols that this counts as. So this counts as a greenery and a building. And its effect here is to gain 1 plant for each city tile in play. So anytime you see just gain 1 plant like that, that is 1 actual plant and not like 1 advancement on your income. So this is something that you wouldn't play this early on because there aren't any city tiles in play.
It's a one-time use, I assume, not a persistent thing.
Correct. This one is there are blue cards that get to stay out. Here's another plant here. Okay, so this is a good one. So this costs 7 to play it. It counts as power and a building. This one decrease your ME, ME meaning mega credit. Decrease your mega credit production 1 step to increase your energy production 2 steps. So anytime, just the one. Anytime you see this background here, this like bronze sheet, that means income or production.
Okay.
One more card. So these are all pretty self-explanatory. All right, this one here. This one has a second requirement. You can only have maximum of 5% oxygen. So this is an early game card. Colonizer training camp. Oxygen must be 5% or less. And the only thing this is good for, aside from these 2 symbols in the top right, which can be important, the jovial symbol for Jupiter and then a building tag. This is the symbol for victory points. So this is 2 victory points.
So that's what we start at 20 on, 2 of those.
Yes, but it doesn't. You don't count any victory points until the end of the game. So this doesn't get added to your terraforming score. The reason for that is that your terraforming score in particular is your mega credit income.
So these don't get like reshuffled.
No.
Okay. So you play it, and it's just going to stay in front of you.
Yes.
It's not going to go to like discard or anything.
Correct. Yes, that is correct. If you play it, it stays in front of you because it'll keep track of these tags.
Yeah.
So
but the greenhouses one, it only counts for what is played at that time.
Correct.
It doesn't keep checking.
Correct. There are blue ones here. Okay, perfect. There's a blue one here. I'm on the left of my player board. This counts as a city and a building. It costs 13 to play. The effect, each time a city tile is placed, including this, increase your mega credit production 1 step. So that is an ongoing effect. Blue are ongoing effects. This here is decrease your energy and mega credits by 2, but you get to place a city tile. So the bottom is typically, this is the effect of the card. If there's a top here, that's the ongoing effect, or it's a play effect.
Now, does this bottom part only trigger once, or can you do that multiple times?
The bottom part only triggers once.
Okay.
Because that's the effect of the card. Here is another card example. This down arrow is an event card. All right. And then this symbol, so
it's over here on the steel, or not the steel,
it's on the titanium. So actually, this is important. That building tag also means you can spend steel to reduce the value that it costs to buy it. Steel is 2, titanium is 3. So going back to this immigrant city here, it's got the brown building tag. You can spend 5 steel as 10 mega credits, and then only have to spend 3 mega credits, and then you can build this building.
Okay.
Titanium is the same here, so you can spend 8 titanium for 24 mega credits, but you don't get any mega credits back. Or you could spend 7 titanium and then 2 mega credits to play this card.
So that applies to these as well.
Correct.
What if it has a purple?
Only
thing?
for the steel. The purple, no. So only, and that's what those symbols are here on your player mat. Basically, if you see that building tag, you can spend 1 steel for every 2 credits, basically.
Okay.
So that reminder's there. But yes, the other tags are typically just for
There is a
tag purposes.
Just informational.
well, there is one here for.
So that is a different action.
Yeah.
That is spend 8 greenery, of which I have 5, to place a greenery tile. So I'll get to tiles in a second.
Okay.
And this one is spend 8 heat to move up the heat global parameter by 1 tick.
Okay. But can you spend energy to make heat?
So at the end of every generation, any remaining energy you have gets transferred to heat, which is what
Okay.
that arrow means.
Okay, cool.
The other thing to note is that you are not limited to 10 production. You can go over, and you just keep track of it like 10, 1,
Gotcha.
10, 2, 10, so 13, 14. So you can do that. Looking at this comet, towing a comet action, you gain 2 plants, raise oxygen level 1 step, and place an ocean tile. So that's a pretty good one. You would get the ocean tile placement, and then you would get the oxygen. So that's 2 terraforming points for that, plus the 2 greenery or the 2 plants.
2 terraforming points for what?
2 terraforming, 1 for raising oxygen and 1 for placing an ocean tile.
Okay.
So here is a big asteroid. This one is this is an attack card also. You get to raise the temperature 2 ticks, which gets you 2 terraforming points.
I did it again, sorry.
You get 4 titanium, and you can remove up to 4 plants from any player.
Any one player.
Any one player. You could do it to yourself. But I don't know why you would. That border, I think, is reflective of any player, or like anyone in particular. So it's not production. It's not
Stockpile comes from the stockpile.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let me see if I can find. All right, here. This space mirror is moving it back down. This has a red arrow. This red arrow, as I take all the rest of them, is an action you can do. And you can only do it once per generation. So whenever you take that action, you put a thing over it to say you've done it. But this costs 3 to build. Spend 7 mega credits to increase your mega credits in one step. Okay, so you can do that once per generation.
And that's blue cards that let you do that.
Yep, that's a blue card with the red arrow. Because there are the blue cards with the colons, which are just when that happens. So I think that summarizes the cards pretty much, mostly.
Okay.
We can have, if there are questions, we can go through that. The next thing I wanted to do is to talk about the tiles. So over here, we've got. Oh, we've never played this now. We've got city tiles and greenery tiles. So these are nice, neat little hexes we get. The rules for this, you can place these tiles anywhere, basically. except ocean can only be played in the ocean. The rules for it, if you...
But you can place those on the blue.
No.
Okay.
Only blue can be played on blue. And
But
oceans
these
can't
don't
be placed anywhere else.
these don't have to be on these green. Like you could put it up here.
Correct. So these things in the top are bonuses you get if you build there. So
Okay.
if I were to play in Hebe's Chasm, I would get 2 plants.
And
And if I play it, I put my own little token in it.
I'm guessing if you play the water tile in EU's Chasma, you get 2 green, 2 plants.
Correct. Yep. If you play that there, if you put a water tile here, you get 2 cards into your hand.
Okay, cool.
If you put a water tile here, you get 2 steel. It's basically anything is just what you would gain by covering it up.
And anytime we place a tile, we should mark it.
Except for ocean. Ocean, I don't believe matters.
Well, should we do it just to be safe?
Yeah, do it just to be safe.
Okay.
And city also has the same kind of spot for the...
Oh, okay, cool. So I see what you're saying. Got that little indentation. I was wondering what that was.
Pretty neat. There are rules and there are benefits to this. The greenery is actually just worth 1 point at the end of the game.
Like everyone that you have a thing on.
For each one that you have a thing on, yes. But when you place a greenery, you get to increase the oxygen level up 1, which also gets you a terraforming rating.
Does it give you a victory point for doing that?
At the end of the game. So, well, I mean, yes, you get 2 victory points. 1 for placing it and claiming it. That gets counted at the end of the game. And when you place it, you raise the oxygen 1, which gets you a terraforming rating, which counts as victory points at the end of the game. Make sense?
All right. Whoa, Katie.
Cities cannot be placed next to other city tiles. Okay?
Cities cannot be placed next to what?
Megalopolis.
Other city tiles.
Okay.
There's one exception, and it's if, for example, this city is built there. If somebody were to play a card that was Noctis City, boom.
So that's where Noctis City goes.
Yes. Then Noctis City can be played there. That's the only time you can have 2 cities next to each other.
Does Noctis City always go there?
Yes, I think
What
it's
if,
the only thing
what
that
if can you play that city there?
I don't believe you can.
Okay.
Can you
it's reserved.
build
That's
next
reserved.
to Noctis City after it's there?
So, no. Good question. So you can only build... Like, this can be the case, and then somebody can play Noctis. Or, if this is the case, then nobody can play there afterwards. So you cannot play any cities next to other cities other than Noctis. You can see these little shaded areas are kind of reserved. Like there's Ganymede colony off to the side here.
Oh, cool.
And like Phobos Space Haven, which are, maybe that's space. I don't know what these cards are. These are special hex tokens that were made for tabletop. So I don't know what these are. I mean, there's an atomic bomb. So I don't...
That could mean anything.
Yeah, this could be anything. So that'll come from card play. And if we... So those are just special tiles. And those will be on the cards. These are the original hexes from the game. Either city hex or greenery hex. But we got these custom hexes.
Yeah, those are cool.
Designed for us. We'll just use those. There's the first player token. The first player will rotate every turn. Clockwise.
Every generation, you mean?
Yeah, you're right. Every generation.
So we thematically are different corporations trying to terraform?
Yeah. That's the way of putting it.
Okay.
And it's whoever does the best job at the end, basically. So we've gone through cards. The next action you can do is to do one of these standard projects here. So starting from the top, you can sell patents.
Wait, now how many? Okay, so I'm starting my turn.
Yep.
How many actions do I get?
You can do 0 to pass, 1 or 2.
So I can take up to 2 actions, which means I can play 2 cards, do a card and a standard project, or do 2
Correct.
standard projects.
Or you can just do 1. But yes,
Right. Okay.
that's correct.
Any
When he
combination.
says his turn, we mean generation.
No, his turn.
Multiple turns within a generation, I think.
Yeah, so he
Okay.
is, say he's start player. He is start player, can do 1 or 2 things. Since if you do 0, then you pass and you're out for the generation.
Okay.
Okay, so it's basically, somebody's going to keep playing until they're out of stuff to do.
So the generation ends when everyone passes.
Correct.
And
No,
so we start the first generation with 10 cards. Do we get cards every generation, or is that?
Yes, we do. So we will get 4 cards every generation, but
Okay.
now you have to pay 3 mega credits for each card you want to keep.
Okay.
So not in the beginner for the 10 cards, beginner's hand, but yes for the next round.
Gotcha.
And any subsequent generation. So the projects themselves, you can sell patents, which is just to basically discard cards that you aren't going to use. Say that card that had the minimum of 5% or the maximum of 5% oxygen, and we're at 8 oxygen. You can never use it. You can use an action to get rid of it. The downside is that you only get 1 mega credit for each card.
So if you sell that card, why does this have X?
For each, so you can discard as many as you want. So you can
okay.
get rid of, 9 of your 10 starting cards.
But you're only getting 1 patent. You only get 1 credit per card. Okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And that's credit, not moves on the credit track.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is just credit. So if you paid for the cards, you have to pay 3 to keep it regularly. Right? So it's a huge loss if you actually have to do this, other than us playing beginner corporations. 11 to move your power production up 1. 14 mega credits to basically do the asteroid action, which is just to raise the temperature by 1. 18 to play an ocean tile. 23 to play a greenery tile. And 25 to play a city and move your mega credit production up 1.
Now, does the greenery tile raise the oxygen?
It does.
Okay.
So it raises the oxygen, so you get the victory point for the oxygen plus the end game victory point for the greenery.
I've got a question, Andrew.
Yes.
Does the playing 8 leaves to place a greenery from your stockpile, does that count as an action?
It does.
Okay. Same thing as the heat.
Correct.
Yep. Cool.
And the last tile placement rule that I'll tell you, that I know of, oceans. Whenever you build, whenever you build next to an ocean tile, you get 2 mega credits for each ocean tile you build next to, including other ocean tiles.
Is that regardless of tile type?
Correct.
Okay.
I don't know if the special event or special tiles like that nuke apply. I don't necessarily know that, but we can come to that when we get there. But so if I put there, I get 4 mega credits right there. If I play there, I get 2 mega credits right there. If I play this ocean tile, I get 2 there. So the most you can ever get is 6 credits from either this spot, that spot, or that spot.
Gotcha.
Right? So it's just 2 per.
That's only for ocean tiles.
Only for ocean tiles.
Okay.
And again, the end game scoring for city tile. Oh, bring him in.
No.
Please.
No.
Have you guys seen the giant monkey?
I've got a big gorilla named Al.
Go talk to him. See if his name is Al.
I think they're different names.
You think so?
No, I don't think they are actually.
Pom pom and stuff. Dude, this guy's like, yep, it's Al.
Yeah, I've got him.
Is
He's
Al
pretty
good?
cool. I like him okay. I mean,
Cool.
I feel like all mine are stupid, but he's one of the least stupid.
I've got a superhero bunny.
Oh, do you have? Is it Snake?
No, we got Mira.
Oh,
Hey, we got that one.
We got Mira. Serena like that one.
I think all mine are so dumb. I've got like a weird emo horse named Ed,
Yeah, we got him too.
and then I've got a weird goat lady.
Yeah.
I've got a cool penguin. She's pretty cool. Her name's
Oh,
Aurora.
penguin.
Yeah.
Because a penguin named Aurora. Serena's jealous.
That's like the top. That's the top of my resident list. So.
So a few more things I'll explain. Okay, what? Why?
I think he's gone, Katie.
What do you want printed?
I don't think he's gone, Katie.
Which email? Oh. I don't know how to get to that. I'm just kidding. Okay. So, do you see on these tracks here, these little symbols? The global parameter track.
Mm-hmm.
If you are the player that raises it that tick, you get that item. It looks like that's a heat production. Each of these are heat productions.
So that raises your income, not your stockpile.
I believe so. I mean, it looks, yeah. I mean, it's got the border. It's a little different color.
It seems like it'd be pretty weak if it was just the...
Yeah, I agree.
Not knowing
Yeah.
what heat's value is, but...
Right. So yes, one heat production, and then if you get it to 0, if you're the one that did that, you get to play an ocean tile. And then if you get oxygen to 8, you get to raise heat. So you could theoretically be in this position where you raise oxygen to 8, which lets you raise temperature automatically to 0, and then play an ocean tile, which will get you 1 terraforming point for each, the oxygen, the heat, and the ocean tile itself. So you can chain them. The one thing to note is that if we already have maximum oxygen at 14%,
Mm-hmm.
raise it past that, you can still play things that would raise it, or greenery tiles, but you don't raise it and you don't get a point for it.
Okay.
So you're just still allowed to do that.
Correct.
But there's no benefit.
Correct.
Well, you don't benefit from the oxygen.
Correct. Yes. So yes, you could play a greenery tile to get the points for the greenery tile itself,
Okay.
but you wouldn't get the terraforming point for the oxygen level.
Cool.
The other 2 actions you can do are here, what you're looking at, Mike. Let's start with milestones. As an action, you can claim one of these, which is to say that I, on my turn, am going to pay 8 mega credits and take the first claim here. I have 3 greenery. So you can only claim these milestones when you have it.
Okay.
So if you're at 35 terraforming points, you can play an action, use an action to pay 8 credits to claim it. These are all worth 5 points at the end of the game. As you can see, only 3 of them can be claimed.
Is that per generation or the whole game?
The whole game.
Okay.
So you're saying they ripped off Splendor.
How?
This game is essentially
like
Splendor.
this is like that, except it's not automatic. Splendors is automatic, where you can just take it.
Okay.
This is an action, and you have to pay for it. But yes, if you're the first to 35, not necessarily the first, but the first person to claim it. So if somebody just got to 35, but they didn't have another action to claim it, you could theoretically get the 35 and then claim it with your second action. So 35 terraforming points, 3 cities, 3 greenery, 8 of those building tags on those cards,
Mm-hmm.
or 16 cards in hand.
8 of those building tags, meaning you have to have at least 8 cards.
Yes, 8 cards
Out.
played
Okay.
and out.
Okay.
With that tag on it. Now, the awards here, these are basically at the very end of the game. is when they're tallied. So landlord is,
looks like most cities.
I assume most cities. Let's just make sure. Standard project fund and award. Owning the most tiles in play. So cities and greenery. So that could be ocean. Might be a reason why we can put our tags on ocean. So most tiles in play. Banker is most credits production. The scientist is whoever has the most science tags in play. Those are on cards. There'll be that symbol in particular, that little atom symbol. The thermalist is who has the most heat resource cubes.
So banker is income.
Yep,
Highest
banker's income. Science is
income,
science tags on.
Hang on.
Correct.
And same for heat. Income, not stockpile.
Not for heat. Heat is just heat cubes.
So stockpile.
Oh yeah, stockpile. Yeah. Yeah. Banker is production. Thermalist is stockpile. Miner is stockpile of both steel and titanium.
And that's a combined.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, those will only score at the end of the game. Whoever has the most gets 5 points. Whoever has the second gets 2. Ties are friendly. If 2 people have 5, or if 2 people have the most, they each get 5, but there's no second place awarded. There's no 2 points awarded. The other thing is that this does have an increase in cost to claim it. So let's say I'm the first one to do it. I pay 8 credits. I then have to play another cube to say which one I want to activate.
So they're not all activated. We're only going to activate 3 at most.
Yeah, so that's correct. So say I have 4 scientist cards. Well, I'm obviously going to win that, so I want that.
Okay.
So I'll pay my meta credits to get that. So you just kind of see how it's going. So you could be winning that and then eventually lose it after you claim it. But that's the way of the game. That is it.
Okay, so I have one question.
Yep.
Well, for now. So how much is 5 victory points? Is that...
Would you like me to ignite Terraforming Mars? I'm going to go to somebody's playthrough, and then.
Wait, real quick. Sorry, I missed the awards for the landlord banker scientist thing. The 8, 14, 20. What was that?
Oh yeah. So that's I'm the first person to claim it, the first funder, and then I fund scientist, for example.
So you paid 8.
I paid 8. Yep, because I have the most scientist cards, and I believe that I will have the most at the end of the game.
Okay. So you're not going to do this early, probably.
Correct.
Okay.
So you can only have 3 of those active at a time, Brent. You're not going to get them all.
Okay.
Yep.
And the first person to do it gets 8. Or costs 8.
Yeah, the first
next
person to
has
fund
pay
it.
14. Okay.
Correct.
So you do want to do it early.
Early. Yeah, I mean, if you're like, well, look at all these cards.
Well, anybody can get them, right?
Anybody can get. Yeah,
you're just saying.
You're
just saying you're activating that award. Like Andrew could activate it, and then I could win it at the end.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
But I think theoretically, you could say that 8 was already funded. You could theoretically fund 2 in the same turn to prevent somebody else from not getting funded.
Yeah, if you're like Brent really has a lot of tiles out. Yeah,
that's possible. You want to know? Do you want me to look at? So I see. I've got a video of the playthrough that I haven't watched, but I can skip to the end and see what their scores were if you want a reference for a score.
What do you think, Brent?
Well, let me tell you the end game scoring. So it's your terraforming rating plus the awards, which were what we just talked about.
Yeah.
Plus the milestones, which are the other side of what we talked about. 5 points if you had claimed builder or greener or gardener. the map, which is only greenery tiles worth 1, and then city tiles worth 1 for each greenery around it. And any cards you have played in front of you. So I can see 65 to 70, but maybe it depends on the cards.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you
So
want me
5
to-
isn't insignificant.
5, I wouldn't think so.
Okay.
Your mega credits, it seems like you'll get a lot of mega credits throughout the game, and you'll spend a lot. So actually, money will probably be tight, but I think 5 is pretty significant.
Okay, cool. I want Andrew to be SpaceX just because I feel like he's going to win.
Yeah, can we name our mega core?
We can. Who's Boeing?
I'll be United Launch Alliance just because I'll probably lose.
Who's Kerbal?
Brink could be Virgin Galactic.
Domino's Pizza.
Ooh, love it.
Pizza Hut, Mega Core, Terraforming Mars.
Dude, that sounds like I really want some Little C's real bad.
Remember you know what I miss? CC's Pizza.
There's one in Roanoke.
I have not been to one of those since probably you were there last.
Okay.
I know, me either.
Well, I know where we're going whenever we do have Man Weekend. We will make it. We will go to CC's and eat an irresponsible amount of pizza.
CC's makes me think of Cyril. For some reason, isn't that where we first met him?
I don't think so.
No, probably not.
I like to think you all was like two, ships passing in the night at CC's. It's just like
it could have been.
Yeah, we probably did meet. Just didn't know him.
Okay.
All I'm looking for is who starts. We can just roll dice if you want. It's probably. I think it might actually be whoever watched a rocket get launched last.
Wait, hold up. In what context?
Like in person?
Not, I would say like an actual rocket, not in game. Like Kerbal or something.
In person though.
Not, I don't think in person. That's not.
I saw a GIF of a helicopter accidentally shooting a rocket the other day.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. I didn't see that.
The Russian one? That was funny.
Yeah.
Or was it
I don't
Russian
think that counts.
It was Russian.
Okay.
I don't feel like I should go first.
The player who most recently won a game of Terraforming Mars given the first player token. Not helpful. Players choose their color take. Really? That's it? Player who most recently won a game of Terraforming Mars.
Well, that's probably you.
Yeah.
All right, we're just gonna roll. Can I get a dice somehow? Die.
There's this flip button at the top that might roll a die.
I don't think you actually can do that. I think only I can. Before.
You rolled a 20, Andrew. You're going first.
I only dropped 4.
Why are we not playing D&D in here?
5.
Just, you kind of have to throw it.
You're the worst at this.
4 transfers.
A version of 5?
Yep. On a D20. All right.
Maybe that's why we're not playing D&D in here.
All right. Before here.
Okay. Oh gosh, I have so many cards.
Yep.
Wait, I've got a corporation card.
I know.
Yeah,
Get rid of the corporation cards.
Where?
Just put them off to the side here.
Wait, I got multiple corporation cards.
Yeah, so you get to start with. So yeah, you would get to start with 2, and then select which one you want. Yeah.
Where are we putting them?
On the left. I'll take it.
Thank you.
And how much money do I start with?
So so I put the basic beginner corporation down. So all you have to do is hit the setup button.
Oh, cool.
And it will do all
Whoa
fancy stuff for you.
Fancy.
Yep. So we each start with 1 production on each of these. 42
spoiled.
credits. Yeah, right. Going back to.
I don't remember Tabletop Simulator being this good when we tried
It
it
really
last.
wasn't, right?
Like, it's come a long way.
No, the modules are nice. So it did put us at 20. So our markers are there. Now the longest part is just going through your cards. You got to keep all of them, so you don't have to. You don't have to balance which ones you want to keep and play, but.
Wait, how do I know if it's an ongoing effect?
Ongoing,
It's blue,
it'll
usually.
be blue. Yeah, blue is ongoing, and if it has a red arrow, that's an action card.
Are there duplicates,
I don't
of anything?
I don't think so.
So if I have a card called, like, Mike Shebang, no one else is going to have Mike Shebang.
That is my understanding, yes. Yes, all the cards you'll play will be kept out. Note the top left, not only are the credits, but they could be the requirements, whether it's ocean, oxygen, or heat.
So, top left, if it says, like...
You might also have a top left with like a jovial planet, like Jupiter in the back, which means you have to have a Jupiter played before you can play that, or like 3 building tiles. You need to have those in play before you can even think about playing it.
And if it says requires some % oxygen, it means that or more.
Correct. Yes, or, well, actually no. So I mean, it'll either say max or min.
It says
actually
requires % oxygen.
Yes. Then.
Is it exactly that?
I think it's exactly that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That must be a good card.
Because I have some requires for heat. I have some requires a temperature or warmer. It says that, and then I have an oxygen must be X% or less. So it says max oxygen at the top.
Well,
yeah, I've got a temperature that is min or greater.
Let's let oxygen values linger, guys.
I mean, oxygen is the slowest moving, I guess. Here's how moving oceans.
Yeah, I think some of the expansions, dude, I think they have like a Jovian Moons expansion.
Well, there are Jovian cards in here. Are you stopping? What are you doing? Oh.
Wait, what was it about Jovian?
I think there's an expansion that has Jovian. It's like the Jovian Moon expansion or something like that.
There are the Jupiter planets are there.
What is a Jovian tag?
It looks like
that
Jupiter.
Yeah, that's the Jupiter tag. So you have to have that built.
What's the Jupiter tag?
It's like when you play a card, it'd be in the top right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just a Jupiter. It's the same icon.
Yeah. So if I
go ahead.
Oh, so you said the red arrow means once per generation. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, I gotcha.
What oxygen are we at now?
Did you get Al?
0?
You didn't get Al? Yes, we start at 0.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I think I have an oxygen one that is a specific as well. Requires blank % oxygen.
So my choice, I'm going first, right? You said?
Correct.
So I have 2 actions, right?
Up to 2. You can only do 1 if you wanted.
And so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna play 2 actions. Then who's gonna go? You?
Yeah, clockwise.
And then you're gonna play whatever. Mike's gonna play 2 actions and come back to me. And I can play 2 actions again.
Yep.
And I don't collect income or anything.
Yep. We don't collect any income until generations skipped. So here I'm looking at the cards now. Card E requires 5% oxygen and energy. It might actually just be minimum. To play card B, the oxygen level needs to be 9% or lower because it says max. You also need to have energy production since the card required you to decrease your energy production.
From the context of the cards, it seems like it would be that or warmer. But if you have an or warmer card, then I don't know why they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, they don't. So they seem to do it with temperature, but not oxygen. I'm gonna Google.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I don't know why I'm thinking percent oxygen or warmer.
Mars minimum.
Yeah. Okay.
Oxygen. The other thing, if it. Okay. Yep. Okay. See here. Yeah. It looks like there is one minor addition, which is it's a minimum requirement. So, yeah, it looks like it might have been added in future to say minimum. So, yep, you just need to have that. The only other thing to note is you have to if there's a card that requires you to lose like energy production, you have to be able to lose energy production.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
You can see that mega credits do dip below 0 for production, but nothing else does. So if you are at 0 for energy or steel, you cannot go below that, and then therefore you cannot play that card.
Okay.
And my income next turn, as of right now, is gonna be 21.
Yep, 21 mega credits, and then one of everything else.
21. Oh, it's because we get a base 20 every time.
Base of your terraforming rating. So if you do terraform things, you'll get more.
Okay. Cool. Gotcha. Declan is Olivia just told me he's upset because we made Captain America waffles this morning, and he told him that if he ate them, he would turn into Captain America, and he said he was upset because he didn't turn into Captain America today, and he's been Declan all day. Olivia told him that he would turn into Captain America if he ate them.
So mean to that poor kid.
And she turned she dyed the waffles blue. And used our Captain America waffle maker that looks like a shield. But he said it's because the syrup wasn't blue. The syrup needed to be red and blue. Yeah.
This poor kid.
Yeah, he said, God won't let me be Captain America. He said, I just want to be big and strong. It's pitiful.
Pitiful.
You're the worst.
But what did I do?
Yes.
What can I do with energy? Yeah, really just energy. What is that? It just becomes heat. Only use.
You gonna watch your show?
Yeah, I honestly don't know. Nothing non-card related. Okay. I think it's primarily just to become heat. Seems like it.
Okay. So I'm going right now, right?
Correct.
So if I just play one card,
oops,
it'll still get back to me eventually, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you can play. One more rule.
If you play a card, you must pay 40 gold.
For greenery tiles, you have to put it next to a tile you do own, if possible.
Okay.
Meaning.
So your first one you could place anywhere.
Correct.
And placing greenery tiles increases oxygen?
Correct.
And that increases your victory points?
Auction, yes.
Which increases your income?
Correct.
Okay, just making sure I got this.
What?
On the actual railings and stuff, those were probably carpenter bees.
Yeah. Yes. That's why I got the carpenter bee spray. Ocean tiles are not owned by any player. So if you do place an ocean tile, you don't have to put the greenery tile next to it. Only greenery tiles, city tiles, and special tiles are owned by players.
Okay, I'm gonna play a card. Where do I play it? Just to the side
probably
of my
just
board?
to the right of your board.
Okay, I'm playing this. It cost me 9 gold. Love you. So I subtract 9 from this somehow? Is that right?
Looking. Yes, so that's max 4.
So does that give you 21 mega credits?
It gives me 22, I think, income.
No, I think it gives you...
So we'll put it here, and you want to stack so that you always see the tags. So you paid 9, so you put 1 out and you put 1 back, right?
Okay.
If you had any steel, you could pay steel to reduce it as much as you wanted.
Okay, but I don't.
Natural preserve. Place this next to no other tile. So this is a special card, and it is this token here.
Okay.
So you take that and you put that next to nothing else.
So I can put it anywhere I want.
You can put it anywhere you want, other than an ocean tile or.
Can I put it here? Oh. Yeah, this seems like a good spot.
Does he get the greenery for that?
That's terrible. He would. You really put it there?
I'm putting it there. Screw that place.
I'm gonna clean it tonight.
So I get 2
Alright,
things
you get
on
2
here?
green. Yeah.
Yep, you get 2 green.
2.
You can put your token on it.
Ooh.
I think it looks like it has an opening for it. Let's see if it does.
Did I do that right?
So maybe not. Maybe. Well, it says here special
wait, move your
tiles.
hand. It might go right there.
Some cards allow you to place special tiles. Any function or placement restriction is described on the card. Place the tile, place a player marker on it. So I'm going to guess yes. I don't... Wow, that is precariously placed. We'll just leave it. Yeah. I don't think it's going to count for anything. Maybe.
Can I build next to it?
Yeah, I think you can always build next to it now.
Okay.
Only when you placed it, you couldn't. And then the last effect is that
your income... you said I could only build stuff next to things that I had placed.
Oh, true. Yeah, it does say place next to a tile you own if possible for the greenery.
So do I own this weird wasteland?
It's a natural preserve, Brent.
Sorry, this natural preserve.
All right. I mean,
would you call our national parks a wasteland?
I'm looking at the special tiles.
Some of them.
Looking for it. Looking. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so... they have all got indents. So yeah.
Okay.
So I guess you would have to play next to it. Here's Noblesse, pretty sure.
Place a tile next to another tile. Increase your mega credits production 1 step.
Yep. So that goes up to 2.
But he doesn't get any money.
No, he doesn't get any money.
Goes here. Hi,
yep, just production up.
It's Andrew's turn. I would like to not do my... Wait, my actions are that card, these milestones, awards, standard projects, or things on my board.
Correct. You could do any of
Okay.
that.
Then no, I don't want to do any of that until next turn. Until
I think that's reasonable, just to see what things are like. I am going to play Cupula City
cheater. Dirty freaking cheater.
with a maximum of 9 oxygen. I'm going to lower my energy 1 and raise my gold or credit 3 and place a city. I'll take this other one since it's functionally actually. You're right.
F the police. No justice, no
That's the
peace.
police. Why not take this one? Next to you. No, I don't want that.
Do it. Lock yourself in, too.
Well, you do have to place it legally, yours. So if this does get closed, then you can play anywhere else.
Do it. Place it there.
I'll place it here.
Oh, so if a water goes down next to that, do you get the gold?
No.
Okay, you have to build it after the fact?
Correct. That is correct. Oh, and that cost me 16 to do. So 10, 15, 16. And I will pass to Mike.
Right, my turn. Let's see here. I think I want to play pets.
That is perfect. Animals may not be removed from this card.
Add 1 animal to this card every time a city is placed.
I'm not
That is a
playing
good card to get out
city.
early.
Yeah.
This whole
that cost
game
me
just
10.
to spite your pets.
1 VP per 2 animals.
And then
that red border is any player. Like around
Yeah.
that city icon is any player. That's all it means.
yeah, I figured that's what it was. And
Serena never turns off the switch. She just puts the controllers down and leaves.
I'm gonna go ahead and play this too. Since I've got to put tokens on that, I'm gonna just put this over here.
I think that's good. All right, so there's space mirrors. So
2, 3. Okay.
So I
So
can
that
go
is an
above
action.
these numbers on everything?
correct. The
What'd you say,
production,
Andrew?
yes. That red action is once per generation.
Right. Okay. So I need to figure out. So. Ooh.
Oof is right.
So
You should
wait,
see my
if I
cards.
have. You said we don't own the ocean, right?
Correct.
But if I have cards that require water, that just means they have to be.
Any ocean.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. Oceans are that global parameter, so that they apply to everybody. Oxygen applies to everybody. Heat applies to everybody.
Cool.
Cool.
What do we
I
have
also
right
might
now?
need to call it earlier tonight.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go after like one more turn.
Okay.
Or unless you have to go now. That's fair.
No, I was thinking like 10:30.
Yeah, probably me too.
Okay.
Which is not earlier for me. That's, late. But
Oh, so Mike is done.
Yep.
You paid your 13, and you don't have any net, right? Yeah. Yep. All right. Bring it.
pass.
Are you really passing?
Are you really passing?
Yes.
Huh.
Huh. Huh is right. Let me look at this card.
I don't have a ton of stuff that... Actually, hold on. Maybe I won't. Now that you've guilted me. No, I'll pass. Screw you guys.
I need to look at...
I don't have a lot I can do. Like, they're all tied to these conditions that don't exist yet.
I have a lot of those conditions.
Other than just like, let's raise temperature for fun. On the board, the standard projects.
Oh, I'm going to play this. All right, I'm playing this. This is going to be sweet. I'm playing Lava Flows for 18.
Nice, yo.
That's a. What does that down mean?
That is an event. Red are event cards. I think they all have down. But I think you still keep it just in case. Like there's an event counter or something. So this is this. I have to place it. I'm going to place it here in Havanas Mons. I'm going to get a green. And I'm going to get a titanium. And I will raise the temperature 2 steps. And maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oh, well, too late. Somebody else can benefit from the heat. Raise it 2 steps, which gets me 2 terraforming points. And I placed it, and I got the other stuff, and that's it.
You go, girl.
Oops. No, why can't it? Stop it. All right. I'm only going to do that one action. Don't forget, if you want to keep cards next turn, you have to pay for them.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. How much?
3
And when
per
you
card
say
you want to keep.
like all the ones in our hands, or the 4
So-
we're going to draw?
The 4 you draw, yes.
Okay.
Only the 4 you draw.
Okay.
But you can still sell cards.
Yes,
For how much?
for 1. 1 per. so yeah, you do not want to keep to sell.
And what, you said you could have as many cards as you want?
You can hold as many cards as you want. You don't have to pay for the cards you already have in your hand, but of the 4 cards, you have to pay 3 per one you want to keep.
Okay. Fair.
Okay. I don't. Still got 29. Okay, sure. You know what? Let's just do this.
YOLO.
I'm going to go ahead and play Colonizer Training Camp.
Ooh. 2 points. That's strong. So Brent, that's a jovial tag.
Ah.
All right, so that's 8. So this is 5,
8 for
right?
2 victory points is pretty sweet.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
This
5.
is okay. So 5, 6,
Good thing you got that out. I was about to raise oxygen like 12%.
8,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to go ahead and spend my 7 to increase my energy. Does that count as an action?
Nice. It does.
Okay, so I need to break this 10 into 2 5s. And I'll
Now you have to
break
break
this
your-
10 into 2 5s.
Now you have to break your 5 into
Yeah.
5 ones.
What are you doing?
Don't question me. I'm a big spender.
All right, Brent, what's happening here?
I can't grab it.
Mike's not grabbing things off the pile. For
You gotta
starters.
move quick.
I got a
You're
what?
saying you have old man reflexes.
You had 21, right?
Hey, don't you throw
All
away
right.
my stuff.
You do it. It pains me inside. Oh, I need to put a token on my... Oh, geez. Do you see that?
It just disappeared.
It's inside.
I didn't realize you had to move fast. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you hold it, it tries to pick it up. But I think these are locked, so it won't.
I'm glad they locked it.
Oh, Brent, I have a solution. Stack them.
A solution
Alright.
for what?
You done, Mike?
Yeah, that's my 2
Alright,
actions.
I passed. Andrew.
I don't have any credits. I don't have anything I want to do. Well, I guess. I do want to do something. There's a nice
mechanic.
There's one important thing I forgot to tell you.
You lose 4 gold for each card you have in your hand at the end of the turn.
I'm going to discard a card.
For 1 gold?
For 1 gold. Oh, and you always discard face down. And I did that in case I wanted to keep 3 next turn. Actually, I don't know.
And
I might take that back.
You have to pay how many to keep?
Let me look real quick.
Is it 3 per card?
Okay, so actually your production phase is the end of a turn, end of a generation, rather. So
you'll get your income before you have to decide.
Yeah. So
that was my next question.
I'm gonna take that back.
And how many is it per card?
3 per card.
Okay, cool.
So I'm gonna pass.
I think I'm gonna pass as well. Just let me.
Oh, is there a fancy end turn button, Andrew?
Generation 2.
End of generation. Okay, guys, this is where Mike would have just died on his trip to Mars.
Thanks. I think I'm too old now anyway.
Because you would have aged like, 20 years in transit.
I don't think they would send me. It's only 6 months to get there.
I saved it.
For a satellite.
We all passed?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Whoa!
Oh my gosh, that is so gratifying.
Whoa!
Whoa, what is all this business?
Choose the 3 cards, or choose the cards to keep.
Can you all see my cards? No,
Nope.
I can't see your cards.
Oh my gosh, what the frick.
I'm going to discard. So, if you don't want to keep it, discard it face down in your little discard thing that popped up.
Wait, so what happens to heat if you raise the temperature of the planet to 8 degrees?
What happens to heat if you raise...
Is it just like oxygen? If you go +8, you can still play them?
Yeah, you can still play it, but it won't count for anything.
Okay, so heat becomes worthless at that point.
Well, I mean, that's like end game at the time, right?
Well, unless that's the first thing you get to.
It's also the longest track. But
you don't know what kind of heat I'm about to put out.
I don't know what you're doing. So yeah, you're right. I don't know.
Oh dang! I feel like I got some good cards.
And you've already moved it 2 on turn 1.
I did. I had to pay for it though. I had to pay a lot for it.
So if we discard a card, it's not coming back.
If that is correct, you will never see it again. This game.
Yeah, why not keep this?
So when you get that,
no.
Push the keep hand button, and it'll say pay.
So we have want to keep all of them.
Well, yeah. If you don't want to keep it, discard it, cards face down. Oh. Just follow the 2 little boxes there.
Okay.
We might need to move our tableau of buildings off to the side more.
Discard cards face down here. Face down here. And...
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't have an area for that. That's so well built.
So when you say keep hand, it'll say pay X. It'll discard the rest and it'll put it to your hand. So it's pretty smooth. Very smooth, huh? So call it after Mike keeps his cards.
Oh, yeah.
Now, do you get a
as long as no
benefit?
one watches the stream and sees my cards.
Do you get a benefit
Oh, yeah.
of playing Oceans?
You
You don't own them. They're universal, right?
No, you get a terraforming point for it,
Okay.
and then you get whatever you put it on.
Okay.
And if you play next to an ocean, you get 2 credits, but that's applicable to anything. So that's why the ocean is the cheapest to play.
Did you keep your cards, Brent?
Brent kept one, I kept 2.
I kept one.
Wait, you kept one? You guys only kept one?
I kept 2.
I don't know what they're worth.
Yeah, it's really. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a strategy really going forward.
I don't either. I'm gonna.
Brent has so much money though.
All right, I'm gonna keep 2, and then keep hand.
And then
Yes.
and it does it for you.
This is so good. This is like what a digital board game should be.
It absolutely is. Overwriting save. All right. So I'm start player, so I'll start next time.
Cool.
What do you think so far? That seems like a cool game.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, it's not as difficult as you made it seem.
No, it's a longer explanation.
you made it seem difficult in no way.
Well, I think, and the fact they have so much automated is really nice.
That is, yeah.
But I still don't think, if we were, playing this at a table, this would be that hard to keep track of. And
no, it's true. It wouldn't.
Well, setup might take a little while, but it's not like there's a point salad issue where I've got 400 trackers I have to manage, and
yeah,
I think as long as one person knows what they're doing on the board there.
All the tokens are pretty straightforward. You just have a pile of gold and silver and bronze.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for learning. We'll catch up next time. And
Yeah.
So, peace out, followers and subscribers.
Like and subscribe.
Love all of you.
I won't look at your.
Yeah. No one tell Andrew my cards. They're all attack cards I'm going to use on him this turn.
Oh man.